The wheels, screeching loudly, little stopped the bat van. 43 Moonson Boulevard, Inspector Sanghetti. That's the place. Okay, Harry, let's do it. Little and I left the car and went to the door via a small footpath. Amazingly, many bats were hanging under the roof of the porch. Looks like an unusual flight show, Harry. Although I laughed about my joke, Harry didn't. He knocked on the door. Not a single sound came from the inside. Harry knocked again. Nothing. Emergency, Chief? Emergency, I confirmed. The weapons drawn, we threw our bodies in sync against the door. With a big bang, the door flew open. Harry backed me up from the entrance. I myself jumped inside, pointing my Colt and my views as fast as lightning from right to left and back again. Nothing. Deathly silence. We continued our search inside. Take a look, Chief. Harry pointed to the back of the room. Vast quantities of blood-colored oranges were piled like a wall. At the site, the owner had hoarded hundreds of glasses filled with beetroot. A vegetarian, Chief, no doubt. I nodded confirmingly, and I continued looking around. Do you see any sign of chimney, Harry? My assistant shook his head. Okay, so let's check the next room. In our well-trained routine and based on our experience of hundreds of operations, we secured the entrance to the next room and jumped in. No doubt, that was the fireplace room. And again, no doubt, we came too late. On the floor, a chubby, badly treated vampire lay in his blood, his face completely tattered. Two bats still perched on top of him and licked their jaws. Two well-aimed shots of my Colt finished the spectacle. Now we had one big chubby and two very tiny corpses. I think that's Alfred Hitchhiker, Harry stated dryly. I nodded. But what for hell's sake is going on? How did he die? Not by a pole, for sure. So, how did he die? But there wasn't any time left to think about. All of a sudden, producing a terrible, deafening swoosh, a stream of hundreds of bats flooded through the chimney into the house. As quick as possible, I looked around and I saw only one last chance. Out of here, Harry! To the van! Go! We rushed out. 2, 3, or 4 bats, I didn't know exactly, had clawed in my neck and readied for their fangs. Wildly, I flailed around to chase them away. Obviously, Harry struggled in a similar fight. Reaching the bat van, we tore the doors open and jumped in. A touch on a button, and the doors were closed hermetically. Like delousing monkeys, we helped one another to get rid of the little suckers. I did not want to shoot them, but giving them shelter was the last thing I wanted to. It wouldn't be a good idea to open the window because the bats lay down on our car already. We didn't want to want an exploding population within the van. We had to keep the windows closed. So I changed my mind and slayed the little beasts spontaneously with the handle of my weapon. So sorry. But our own survival was more important. Now, here we hang around. Harry and me, beleaguered by wriggly and swirling bodies and wings of the suckers on the window. We could not see anything else outside. Everything had vanished behind that deep black mass. The hours went by. The situation didn't change. The only thing we saw was darkness, but the watch alarmed our caution. What would happen if the beast would leave our van suddenly and the brightness of the day would have already taken over the world? We could imagine a finer death and retired into the back of the car. A last radio message to our control center checked us out until the following night. Both of us entered our coffins. The smell of the moldy earth made me forget the creatures outside. Good day, Harry. Good day, Chief. Then I closed the lid of my camping coffee. Soon I was fallen asleep. When I woke, the digits of my watch indicated 8:30 in the evening. The coast was clear, or better said, the light. I opened my coffin. Wow! Not any bed to be seen. I knocked Harry up. Together we had the courage to leave the bed van. The night would be starry and clear, not a single bat in the sky. But we were surrounded by lifeless bodies of these beasts lying on the pavement. They looked like windfalls out of the sky. The exploration of the proximity and the house resulted in nothing contrary. The scene was quiet now. All looked normal again. The forensic and the cleaning service arrived soon. The new Hoover vacuum blood cleaner did a perfect job, and the colleagues left the house in good order after a short while. Alfred Hitchhiker was transported to the pathology. All that happened 2 years ago. Never again a similar incident happened. Alfred Hitchhiker had died of natural causes. He passed away, very rare for vampires, because of a heart attack as a result of high blood pressure. A vampire with high blood pressure. Ridiculous. But that's how they are, the vegetarians. It took our research department several months to find out the reason for that abnormal mass hysteria, or how should I name it, in the bat population. It is very likely that the beasts attacked marine creatures in the bay and sucked their fluids, which were highly contaminated with domoic acid because the fish had eaten too much of brown algae. As a result, the bats suffered a loss of memory combined with extreme disorientation and panic. I know exactly why I always look at eating only healthy stuff. I prefer hand-chosen blood on my menu. Oh, by the way, you'd like to know what happened to Tippy and Rod? They survived the night without any harm. Referring to our documentation of that night in combination with our personal testimony, the insurance company classified the incident for her car as a collision with wild animals and paid. But Tippy refused to buy another convertible. Because of a special occasion, she purchased a van instead, for Tippy and Rod soon got engaged. And not long after, they enjoyed the presence of two small, picturesque, awful vampire children. And if they did not get polled, they lived happily ever after. Thank you for listening.